Danzig to death, to Dark Throne to Dr. Shrinker. Buckle up, things are about to get heavy. This is the Metal Podcast. Let's rock and roll.
Hey, it's AC here, and just to letting you know that the episode that we had recorded, the file got corrupted. It's unfortunate. It was a good episode. It was a good talk. Stephen Toback, sorry. We'll get you back on again in the future. So instead, DJ has compiled a list of all the times we've talked about Lizzo and how disgusting she is, and he's made a pretty funny compilation. So I hope you enjoy it, because it's not just funny, it's also very insightful. Thank you. The biggest piece of garbage that they're selling right now is big, fat, gross, ugly Lizzo. Lizzo's backup dancers file bombshell lawsuit against her for sexual and racial harassment. Oh, so it turns out Lizzo, like many other people in this industry, is just another sociopath. I predict that man will live on the moon by 1992, or, Lizzo is a talented, beautiful artist. Like, neither of those things are true. But Lizzo's put in front of you to drive you crazy, make you mad. And it's not even like Lizzo's gross, fat, and ugly, but she's actually a really nice person. 3 of Lizzo's former dancers filed a lawsuit Tuesday morning in Los Angeles County Superior Court against the performer. Her production company, Big Girl, Big Touring Inc., and Shirlene Quigley, Lizzo's dance team captain. So Ariana Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noel Rodriguez allege that the defendants created a hostile work environment through sexual, religious, and racial harassment, along with 2 separate lewd incidents involving a banana. So this is like actual sexual humiliation. The stunning nature of how Lizzo and her management team treated their performers seems to go against everything Lizzo stands for publicly. While privately, she weight shames her dancers and demeans them in ways that are not only illegal, but absolutely demoralizing. The plaintiff's lawyer, Ron Zambrano, said in a statement. Lizzo's team did not respond to Jezebel's request for comment now, so this article is from a website called Jezebel. But yeah, it says it goes against everything she stands for publicly, because she doesn't stand for anything publicly. Her agent tells her to stand for these things. But back to big fat Lizzo, how you can't say that about her. Yes, I can. She's sexually humiliating people. Don't you dare stand up for Lizzo. Lizzo makes terrible music, and she's awful to look at. And now she's like sexually torturing people. Yeah. Oh, it's all alleged. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's alleged that Chris Brown stalks people in the middle of the night
100 times.
Yeah, alleged. Well, he was never convicted, so he probably didn't do it. Yeah, exactly. That's how this works, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. We'll tie that one off later. So yeah, big fat Lizzo. The details of the suit describe Lizzo questioning Davis's commitment to her position because of weight gain, as well as pressuring the dancers to interact with nude performers at Amsterdam's red light district against their will. Yeah, that's sexual humiliation.
Well, and hang on a second. Is Lizzo saying she's upset that they're gaining weight, her backup dancers?
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I heard that.
Yeah. That's what it seems like. It seems like she's, because it said earlier, body shaming. So right here, it goes against everything she stands for.
Isn't that like an oxymoron, or it's like an active oxymoron or something?
Well, I would just call it a satanic lie. I mean, that's the whole point of Satanism, is the inversion of normalcy, and Lizzo is about the invert as you can get from normal.
She's gross. Perverting normalism.
Yes. Okay, so it says she weight shames her dancers. So I'm guessing.
I thought she would want them to gain weight, but it seems like, hey, you're gaining weight. We need you to look better.
Right. Well, and that's the point of Lizzo. The point of Lizzo is for young girls to not take care of themselves and gain a bunch of weight. That's the whole point of Lizzo. Okay? All of these top 40 pop artists, there is an agenda, and there's a reason that they are popular, and it has nothing to do with the music they make, because as we've covered many times, anybody could make this music. The point is to make you go, oh, well, she's comfortable in her body and she feels sexy. Lizzo, yeah, Lizzo probably gets man whores sent to her. I'm not joking. Like respectable man, like men don't care how much money women make. Like if you had to pick between, okay, this woman who's a millionaire who weighs 500 pounds or this woman who's the cashier at Albertsons who weighs 100 pounds. The only people that would pick the woman who's a millionaire are like homeless people that are just desperate for money or people that have a genuine fetish, and fetishes are like a mental illness. Like if you have like a fetish for something, like that means like if you are obsession,
like right, sort of.
Well, no, you're sexually aroused. Like if you're sexually aroused by teacups, and then like teacups make you horny. That's not the sign of you being normal. It's not like, hey, someone's feet or something. Different strokes for different folks. No, that like, have you ever looked at it like a teacup and said like, ooh, I'd love to get with that? No, someone might. And if someone did do that, you wouldn't say, hey, that's cool. You know, like I like blondes, but hey, you know, it's cool that you like, no, you'd be like, what the fudge? What is wrong with you? And exactly, something is wrong with them. Now, Lizzo is ugly and fat and gross, and her music's yeah, and her music is bad.
Not good for you.
And anyone, yes, exactly, yes, shit. Like looking at Lizzo ages you, and that's the point is to sell that to young girls. Like, because remember they used to do that thing. Like many people struggle with weight. It's hard to. It's really hard to be really fat. It is. Now it's very hard to have like a fit, thin body with tight abs. That's hard. That takes a lot of work. But to be this fat, it does take a lot of effort. Like you have to go out of your way. Like, okay, do you remember like Louis C.K. used to joke about his weight? And yeah. He used to have that joke, like, I'm not done eating when I'm full. I'm done eating when I hate myself. Yes. That's what's applicable here to Lizzo. So like Lizzo is living like a queen. She's probably having gigolos brought to her. She's told constantly like, slay queen, like you're the best. And you know, they're probably having like man whores feeding her grapes and, you know, doing the oversized feather to cool her off while she sits on a throne. That probably happens. And so she has an overinflated ego about this, and everything about her was given to her by the people in charge, by the demonic powers that be. That's where her power comes from. So with her fake power in a just world, like Lizzo would be working at like Long John Silver's. No, she wouldn't be working at Weight Watchers. She would need it. No, she'd be working at a Long John Silver's, because not only is she overweight and gross, she's like evil, like sexual humiliation. There's an extra step of evil to doing that, where like if you know, you make people like dance for money, like that's kind of cruel. But like it says here, 2 separate lewd incidents involving a banana. Yeah, the sexual, religious, and racial harassment. Lizzo deserves to be like raked over the coals, and she probably has it in her head like, I'm the queen of the world. I'm the biggest thing to happen to music, and not you know literally. Go on.
Well, I want to tell you something. She feels really hurt, and but yet she refuses to let these allegations overshadow the good work that she's done in the world.
She has done no good work in the world. she's actively working to bring upon early death to young women, and also, I don't want to date an overweight woman. Would you want to date an overweight woman?
No.
So she's contributing to more like single women. Like I know that there is a huge divide. Like there are more single people now than like there's ever been, and people being really fat. Because I'm sure men see Lizzo and they think like, oh, I can be fat too. I'm sure there's some, even though she is directed at young women, like you can be a big fat pig and still have all the sex you want. Yeah, I can be sexy.
You hold all the power.
10 more donuts, please. So she is contributing both to diabetes, heart disease, and various cancers. but she's also contributing to more single women who are then going to turn to antidepressants, probably drugs and alcohol. She's not done any good for the world, and her music sucks. So everything about her, she is a net negative. And she's not just, and I would have sympathy for, like, if someone's like fat and fat positive, I'd have sympathy for them if they were a nice person, but she's like forcing them to interact with naked prostitutes in Amsterdam. And then she's forcing, okay, so here's what it says. Lizzo hounded her employees to catch dildos ejected from performers' areas. Lizzo cheered loudly to motivate employees to eat bananas protruding from performers' areas. You know, read between the lines for what areas means. Yeah. Yes, you all know what I mean. In related banana harassment, the suit says Quigley, who allegedly regularly discussed her own sex life and inappropriately interrogated the dancers over their own, had a party trick in which she would perform oral on a banana in front of the dancers. So they are just being degenerate perverts. And here's the thing. You get like an allegation from someone with a lot of money. Oh, this person sexually harassed me. Okay, there's a chance that someone is just looking for 15 minutes of fame and a quick cash settlement. But this is a lot of really specific stuff from multiple accounts. And Lizzo's denial goes right in line with what we've seen in the past of people basically saying, oh yeah, you know, I didn't mean to do that, followed by 100 allegations of assault and rape and murder and robbery and everything else. This is just damage control, because none of them ever say, oh yeah, I did that. What are you going to do about it? They never do. They always deny it because they have a public life that's for the dummies. And it's the opposite of what they actually are. Even though the stuff they promote, like, they don't promote anything wholesome. Like Lizzo, she's twerking with her 300 pounds. I remember when I first saw that, I thought it was a joke. Did you ever watch the MTV Video Awards?
Probably not.
Now, there was one bit I remember. It's the only thing I really remembered. With the year Moulin Rouge came out, and they, you know, there was that song, you know, Lady Marmalade. Do you remember that one?
Not really.
It was the voulez-vous loucher à c'est quoi? You remember that one? Okay. So they did a parody of it at the MTV Video Awards. And instead of Moulin Rouge, they called it Moulin Huge. So they had all these fat women like dressed up like the women who sang the song. Yeah, and I don't remember all their names, but I remember. Do you remember, you know, the artist Maya?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's, you know, like some, you know, like R&B singer from like, you know, late 90s, early 2000s. But she sang on that song. And this is the thing I remember. Her fat counterpart, his name was Mayo.
Mayo? Like mayonnaise?
Yeah, like instead of Maya, it was Mayo. Yeah, so they used to make fun of these things, and it was tongue in cheek, and we had a laugh, and it all kind of started like the end of it when people would say like, oh, they just point and laugh at fat. No one points and laughs at anybody. People laugh at situations. They don't see like a fat person and just start laughing. That's probably never ever happened. And in scenarios where they have like freak shows, like the World's Fattest Man or whatever, no one laughs. People are horrified. Have you ever been to a freak show?
I don't think I have. Have you?
Yeah, I haven't been to one. I've seen videos of it. They had a show at Lollapalooza. It was like a freak show. And like there was a dude, his name was Lifto, you know, and then the guy would like, a different guy would hammer like nails into his nose, and, you know, things that like kind of make your stomach turn. It's not for everyone to watch. It's a tough watch. And that's where you have the 700-pound man. It's like a bunch of like, okay, like remember that South Park where Butters had balls on his chin?
Yes.
The incredibly obese black man. Hey, I'm the incredibly black obese man. Oh yes, right. Sorry. Yeah, it's like stuff like that. It's like, you know, guy with scooped out face and guy with bad country singer with bad skin condition, and then fat person. Like that's where Lizzo belongs.
Is it different than when like Homer was taking the cannonballs to the chest?
That is in line with it. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, it's like
she
that.
She could probably take a cannonball. Like she is ginormous.
The cannonball would break if it hit her. Here's a good one. Both Davis and Williams joined Lizzo's dance crew through the Amazon reality show hosted by the performer. Watch out for the big girls. Yeah, so they're like recruiting people through reality TV. It's a fun little theme we got here. In April 2023, Williams contested Lizzo's allegation that the dancers were drinking before performances, which led to a tense back and forth between the two women. 5 days later, she was let go because of budget cuts. So they had this fake show, Watch Out for the Big Girls. And you know what? So you got this show where you can be on Lizzo's Big Fat Dance Crew. And you know there's going to be people that are like, I got to gain weight.
1,000-pound sisters?
Yeah, I got to gain weight to be on that. Yes, I do know of that show.
Dude, you said the cannonball would break.
I did. I said that like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, I still haven't composed myself. Holy crap, that was funny.
But anyway, back to this show. So there's going to be women that are going to want to gain weight to be part of Lizzo's cool dance crew. Right. Because, you know, Beyonce isn't doing like join Beyonce's dance crew with the reality show. Like, yeah, whatever.
There's the Dallas cheerleaders, though. That's always been kind of a thing.
Well, yeah, I'm sure, you know, the Lakers too. But is there a reality show, or is that just kind of like a recruiting ground for hot girls?
It's a good question.
Because this is an actual reality. This is a reality show where you can join super cool Lizzo, who's doing all this good for the world. You know, watch out for the big girls.
The big girl. It's just typical big girl behavior.
Yeah, you know, eat a banana out of some other woman's area because some like alcoholic.
Where did the banana go?
Yeah, some alcohol. You know, I'm glad that they're at least eating something healthy. It's probably a change of pace from the rest of what Lizzo's taken in.
Oh, gross. Yeah, they're probably putting like fudge and stuff on it,
mayonnaise and deep fried butter and what else? Wrap. Yeah, yeah, just everything.
Grease,
just lard. Just covered in lard and Crisco.
Some
margarine.
Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue.
Oh, of course, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue. Are you kidding me? Jeez, that goes without saying.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's the sweetest sauce. Perfect for a banana.
Animal style shakes, you know.
Yeah. Those. Oh, well, yeah, you know, the banana's animal style.
Oh,
anything to mask the taste.
Oh, I've thrown up a banana once, and it was one of the grossest things ever. It was probably better than eating bananas. It's probably better than eating this banana. Oh,
yeah, this banana is disgusting. Yeah, so right here on May 3rd, 2023, about 2 weeks after Davis said her commitment was questioned, which she felt was thinly veiled criticisms of her weight, she claimed she was fired on the spot after Lizzo discovered she had made an audio recording of performance notes she'd been given. The third plaintiff, Noel Rodriguez, says she quit in response to the poor treatment of her teammates as well as intense religious proselytizing from Quigley. Quigley allegedly made it her mission to preach Christianity to Rodriguez, and when Rodriguez brought this up to the management of the production company, nothing was done. When Rodriguez also spoke up about the firings of Davis and Williams, she claimed she was told, "We've never had any problems with you." The suit says that Miss Rodriguez, one of the few members of the dance cast who is not black, was not painted with the same generalized and unfounded criticisms as the black members of the dance cast. So she believes she was singled out because I'm assuming she's some kind of Hispanic, as her last name is Rodriguez, but she says she's not black, so she believes she was treated with some racial animosity. Now, after news of the lawsuit broke, other people who worked with Lizzo corroborated the plaintiff's claims. So it's not just some people, I mean, you know, it's all legend. In America, innocent until proven guilty. It's not just someone like, I'm going to say whatever I want to get some, you know, like the Brian Banks. Like, yeah, let's get some 15 minutes and some millions of dollars. But other people are like, yep, this happened right here. I'm not a part of the lawsuit, but this was very much my experience in the time there. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this to light. Former Lizzo backup dancer Courtney Hollenquist wrote on her Instagram story. Lizzo's former creative director, Quinn Whitney Wilson, shared the news story to her Instagram story and added, "I haven't been part of that world for about 3 years for a reason. I very much applaud the dancers' courage to bring this to light, and I grieve parts of my own experience." So Lizzo is not just disgusting to all senses. She is committing acts of evil.
Atrocity, pretty much. She's a sexual predator too.
Yeah, she's sexually humiliating girls, and then I guarantee you she doesn't care how fat they are. And she's probably doing it because fat people that does sit with them, like they're just because naturally, that's not a healthy way to live. Now, Lizzo is not a healthy person. Lizzo. Well, it's just a theory that I'm running with. Now, bear with me on this.
Yeah.
So Lizzo, she is kind of doing who is the let them eat cake? Is it Marie Antoinette?
Maybe.
I can't remember. It's some French lady, like the people can't afford bread. Well, let them eat cake, like that type of deal. Where she has no idea what life is like. Because she met Prince, and you don't just meet Prince. So Someone decided, I'm going to prop this big fat cow up.
With a crane?
Yeah, probably. Well, a forklift at least. Because they're weighted that way. They didn't select her for her talent. They didn't select her because she goes well. I have a feeling they selected her because she would perpetuate an evil cycle.
Yeah,
like you pick people that probably will not go. I have a moral opposition to what's happening. You probably select people that will say, "Yeah, I'll keep doing these bad things. I'll keep enabling these bad behaviors. I will keep this cycle going." So they found just a dark, twisted monster, and okay, let's keep it going. And then they just gave her a bunch of money, and I guarantee you, they are hiring male prostitutes to have sex with her. I guarantee you. So they're giving her all the men that she wants.
Because you said, you could have all the money in the world, but you still got to convince.
Now here's the thing. There is probably a number in cash you could give me to have sex with Lizzo. But that
you're soliciting prostitution.
But that number is so unreasonable and unrealistic that it's not even worth entertaining. Like if someone came up to you and said for $5 trillion, would you have sex with Lizzo? You would say yes. But if someone a briefcase full of cash said, hey, $10,000, you have sex with Lizzo? No, not even. Yes, there is a number, but that number is so high.
$5 trillion. Let's start the GoFundMe now.
Yeah.
Send AC to Lizzo.
call the bankers. See if they can make it happen.
We had a few different future plans for the show, but you know what? I think this takes the cake.
Well, I'll tell you that. If we raise that, I'm buying you that Van Halen guitar.
Rock on.
I promise you that, big guy. For your birthday, you're getting that guitar. But yeah, the amount of money, it's just it's not worth entertaining because it's so much, and she's so gross, and she's so evil that it's not worth it. But they're giving her money and men and all the chicken and waffles covered in gravy that she can eat,
and Sweet Baby Ray's.
All the Sweet Baby Ray's, yeah, all the comfort foods, all of it, and she's perfectly happy to be an abusive. She's acting like an actual tyrant.
Yeah,
she's like Caligula.
I was gonna say she's like Kubla Khan or someone.
No, because she's not a warlord. She's like Caligula. Oh, okay. She was given power that she didn't earn, and she's using it to humiliate and abuse and take advantage of her subjects, and that's how she's acting. And the whole media apparatus is going to do whatever it can to spare her, because it's not about justice. It's about protecting this investment, and the investment is a long-term investment to get women fat so they are uglier, they are less happy, and then they're dependent on SSRIs and other substances. And when they're in that weakened state, they can be sold anything. That's the long-term plan.
It says Lizzo, she's a Grammy-winning artist, and she says these allegations made in the new lawsuit are false and outrageous. I don't know if we touched that she has won a Grammy.
We didn't touch that she won a Grammy, but of course she won a Grammy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that we as we've demonstrated, the Grammy does not mean anything.
Nope.
If Lizzo, Limp Bizkit can win a Grammy, then the Grammy just means like you are the artist. It's like employee of the month. Everyone has to get it once. There was something from Meow.com. Kanye was right about Lizzo trends. This old video of rapper talking to Tucker Carlson about embattled singer goes viral. Now, none of that really matters so much. But the funny thing is all these tweets from people just defending Lizzo. And this one is the most telling right here because it's funny. This person, this is not surprising. Most of these folks are fake actors and liars. Yeah. So, that's the crux of all of this. It's funny because there's all these women here saying like, I don't believe these women. Lizzo made them. These are liars. I stand with Lizzo. Oh, you were probably paid off. Here's a good one. Do we have any receipts to go with these allegations? This is funny. This person, like, would you say that to a woman that claims to have been sexually assaulted? Oh, you got any receipts for your sexual assault? I think not. But this person just like, yeah, it's fake. And then, yeah, this person here, damn Lizzo, I'm starting to realize that any celebrity that preaches something positive and it's their personality, it's probably not true. No, celebrities do not exist to make your life better. They do everything to make your life worse. And positivity, that's like a satanic like trigger word, like body positivity or sex positivity. These
right.
are words. What it basically means is slip into hedonism. So you know what body positivity means? Eat as much as you want. Be a glutton. A sex positivity, that lust as much as you want. That's what these words are. You prop up the broken and the sinful. Now you don't have to agree with us on a religious level, but this is all very clearly out there. Now you can look at it from whatever perspective you are looking at it from. I choose to take a religious look at it because that's the lens through which I live most of my life through. So when I see these things like body positivity, sex positivity, this is the inverse trying to normalize what is wrong. And that's the point. They don't like you are not better off by not taking care of your body. Your body is a temple. Like it is a gift to you. And when you're lustful and you're sleeping with whoever you want, you're not forming long-lasting relationships with the opposite sex. You should pick one person. You know, I'm not going to look down on you if like, oh yeah, well I've slept with all these people. Okay, well you don't need to do it. Don't do it. Find the one person you like and stick with them. Like your sex does not get better as you jump from person to person.
Yeah, it's more of a quality over quantity.
Well, sure. Yeah. Well, and then don't look at it like, well, I don't like this person, but the sex is really good. Well, are you happy? Pleasure doesn't mean happiness. Like all these people that are overweight, that cope with their depression by eating. Well, the eating doesn't make them happy. It just makes them feel good for while they're doing it, and it causes long-term problems. So this person's saying, I'm starting to realize, which is funny, like now you're getting it? Now you're starting to realize that celebrities...
that it's probably not true. You can continue that.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, it's just funny. It's like, I'm starting to get it. It's like you've had decades to realize these people are full of crap.
Yeah.
But
when
go ahead.
When you start to realize that any celebrity that preaches something positive and it's their personality, it's probably not true. You know, it's like, wow, you guys are waking up. You did.
Yes.
I thought Lizzo was a nice person, very wholesome.
And this
have you seen her concert?
This is an annoying thing. Well, yeah, like it's wholesome because she says if you eat a whole pie, you're good. Like that. That's what's wholesome about. Oh, it's positive. Oh, yeah. See that's the Satanism.
Nom, 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 nom.
It's like it's all about like rejecting normalcy, and part of being normal is taking care of yourself because this is like a new thing, and it's in people's heads now that the only thing that people don't like about fat people is just how they look, and other than that, they're completely normal. But they're not. their blood pressure is bad. Their heart has problems. Their kidneys have problems. Their livers have problems. It's tough. It's harder for them to breathe, to be physically active. The shorter lifespans. Like it's worse for you than smoking. Yeah, teeth are worse. Sure. Yeah, eating all that sugar. Yeah, probably eating so much you vomit, and it doesn't make them happy.
No.
So and then, up. Yeah, and that's what these messages are. It's like be positive. Like stay positive when you have downs in your life. Your significant other left you, or you didn't get the promotion that you wanted, or we all have setbacks. Some worse than others. Sure. Like stay positive because eventually things will get better. Don't stay positive about things that are making you worse and then continue going down that road. That's a lie. That's the Hollywood lie that they feed you. They feed you these lies. Like these people, they just want you dumb and weak and helpless so they can do whatever they want. That's it. Now you want to talk about Cardi B?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And they really want to feed you, because
they do want hungry. You. Yeah, and the food they're feeding you, it's not good. And it's not good food they're feeding you either.
No. If Lizzo could sell you sex, then obviously an stripper can.
Lizzo sells me celibacy. Lizzo causes erectile dysfunction. I look at Lizzo and I think the life of a monk looks pretty good. My goodness, that's the way to go. What?
Don't they not speak?
No, they take a vow of silence for a certain period of time.
Okay.
They take a vow of celibacy.
I'll gouge my eyes out of it.
Yeah, they take a vow of celibacy for their whole life. And that wouldn't be hard to do after watching one Lizzo performance.
Doesn't sound too bad.
No, sounds good. Sounds good to me. And also, like, you'll be far away from
$5 trillion or being a monk.
Oh gosh. But I already put the number. Okay. Now you have to drop that number because I already said the $5 trillion.
They'll give you a country and you can have your own government.
For $5 trillion, you can have a continent.
You'd rather be a monk
than have sex with Lizzo. Yes. Would you?
That all sounds great, but I'll be a monk.
Yeah.
World peace or
what's the option?
Choose war. Oh, I don't know anything else. It was like when COVID first started, it was like, all right, you're going to spend 6 months with your significant others, option A. Everyone's like, option B, option B, option B.
Why would you not want to be with your significant other for 6 months? I plan to be with my significant other for the rest of my life.
Well, you're in a room stuck together,
and
apparently that was sold to us as being bad.
I know. And the same, we're sold, that is bad. Okay, a person that you're planning on spending the rest of your life with and starting a family with, but you have to be locked in a house with them, which you already probably were going to be stuck with them anyway. But now we tell you that's a bad thing. Now, the same people that tell you that are the same people that tell you Lizzo is sexy and Cardi B is the best rapper in the world. Cardi B exists for she's the other side of Lizzo. Lizzo exists to make you go, sure, I can eat as many deep fried burritos as I want in a day, and I can feel as sexy as I want. And if anyone doesn't find me sexy, well, they're wrong because Lizzo is sexy because all these magazines say that she is. Therefore, I'm sexy. It doesn't matter that men don't call me anymore. It doesn't matter that people tell me that I smell bad and they don't want to be around me and I breathe too loud and I snore when I'm awake. They don't understand. I'm sexy. I'm a boss bitch. As Lizzo is the face of being a big fat pig, Cardi B is the face of being a filthy, filthy whore. They are laughing all the way to the bank as a generation of women are being ruined. Go to a bar. Oh, you're horny? Grab the first guy that looks cute. Sleep with him. Anything happens, doesn't matter. If you do believe that men and women are the same and you believe men are pigs, then you have to believe women are pigs. That used to be a thing. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That was a thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's not really a thing anymore because now there's a push for everyone to be equal. And you can't have a society where everyone is equal because if someone is different, then it falls all apart. Because we have people that are different. We're not all the same. Like not even just men and women, but men and men are different. Like you and I are physically different. When you teach people to think, then they evaluate actions. When you don't teach people to think, they react. And when negative consequences come as a result of being told there are no consequences, they demand someone else fix it. That's the state that I've noticed that we are in. Is there are a lot of problems, and it's caused by people basically saying, do what you feel, which is pretty much the core of Satanism, is do whatever feels good. Don't try to be like these people, because they are like Lizzo. Like these are phonies. Their whole goal is to corrupt you. That's what they're here to do. They don't want to sell you records. They're selling you. They're not even selling. They're stealing your soul, but they're getting you to pay them to do it. There is a normal. You ever hear someone say, "What is normal?" No, normal is objective. There is a normal, and
Sure.
and you can live it. We want you to feel like, oh, there is hope. Oh, there are normal people. Oh, like we can joke around. Oh, we can have fun. We can smile.
Yes.
Like Lizzo. Well, people are talking about Lizzo. She must be doing something right. Anyone can be Lizzo. You could take any fat woman off the street and make her into Lizzo. Anyone can be Lizzo. Anyone can be all of these artists that we talk about that we're just like, how are they popular? It's because these record companies, they've designated this is going to be the person. Now, if DJ and I had $1 billion, I guarantee you we could make $1 million company. And then you can talk about how it's terrible and it's a failure and this and this and that. And then we can say like, oh yeah, well, you're talking about us while we make millions of dollars and you're still working as a bartender at Olive Garden. Like, how come you don't have the $1 million company? When the reality is we're spending billions to make millions. And I mean that. I think if someone gave DJ and I $1 billion to start a company, we could make $1 million with it. Granted, that's a huge loss, and I would never ever do that. But if that was just the goal, like we could do that. Like just make $1 million with a company. Like, yeah, we could do that. So if you have these media companies and you have your, whether it's Lizzo or Dragon Force, you can just blast them everywhere. And then eventually, if people see them over and over, they'll think that's the thing to see. That's how this media complex works. Is you are either a tool for a darker motive, but now it's just, okay, well, we have Lizzo everywhere. Now we're going to have a show glorifying, her big fat ass. And now we're going to say, oh, it's just normal. You can be a big lumbering, fat, disgusting tub of goo as a woman, and you can still be a sex symbol. Look at Lizzo. We have her shaking her butt, and she's she has $40 million. Therefore, be as fat as you want.
Yeah, she never had to go on a diet.
She never had to go on a diet. No, she just. Yeah, she's here comes diet. The big girls. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah. She was on the seafood diet, very popular diet on the Lizzo tour bus. Yeah, and that's the point of Lizzo. It's not like this is none of these people in power believe any of the stuff they're pushing on you. None of them do. How many of those record executives are the size of Lizzo? Have you ever seen one? When you see them, they're all very like average size, and they can afford to eat as much as they want too. Oh, so yeah. It's not like they're starved, but they're all really skinny, like healthy looking people. Sometimes their faces look kind of scary. Like, there's something wrong.
Normal size?
Normal size. Yeah, I'd say they are normal sized. not quadruple XL.
But apparently Lizzo retired, or she quit.
Lizzo retired because of online bullying.
Yeah.
No, she said it was online bullying.
Her mental health was
mental health. Yeah. Oh yeah, I thought you were going to say. I thought you were getting at like another cover story where her health, like her physical health, like her heart was giving up and her kidneys were failing, and her, her chip grabbing hands had carpal tunnel. Like, I thought that's what you're getting at, which, I mean, those things are true. Those things are true, but
when you're that weight, it does affect you, obviously. Like,
of course it does.
I mean,
and we're talking mental health.
Kids. Yeah, but mental health.
Yeah.
But how good can you feel if you're 500 pounds? Like, that's like, it does affect, like, you're not going to feel physically good, mentally good either. It's connected. But yeah, she's like, people are so mean because they can't just accept me. It's like, you are like sexually assaulting people in public. Like, what do you?
That's the truth. And like, that's what it really is she may be pretending it's because she's fat, but the thing is, she was perfectly content to say, I may be big, but I'm making all the money and I can have anyone that I want and blah, blah, blah. She was happy saying that. But once it came out that she was like a rapist and then just like sexually torturing people, then all of a sudden, like, oh, you're being mean to me and it's affecting my mental health. Mental health is a real problem now because people aren't actually getting treatment. Okay, DJ, let's say someone comes to you and says, hey, I'm having this mental health problems. What would you tell them to do? Like, in a pinch, this is your prescription, Dr. DJ.
Well, okay, they're in a pinch, just rub some dirt on it, right?
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have someone else in the tribe be the doctor. Yeah. I would tell someone diet and exercise.
Yeah, go for a walk. Get in touch with nature.
Yeah, see, when you exercise, because nobody that lives in the world we live in.
And what are you eating too? Your diet
is happy. Well, that's why I said diet and exercise.
Yeah. Okay, you did say that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand. It takes a few seconds. There's a little delay in your brain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, we just accept it. It's not like you're sexually assaulting people.
Definitely but anyway, not that.
No. But anyway, nobody that lives in this world is happy. Like no one like with gas prices going up, food prices going up, rent going up, health insurance, it's unaffordable. Just, like everything is just the things that you need to live are so difficult, and crime is out of control. A war is on the horizon. You just don't know if today's the day when the gravy train stops coming. So everyone is living in constant anxiety. And this stuff is with you all the time. But if you're exercising, you really do stop focusing on all of those things. And in addition to that, like, it really does clear your head, but it releases serotonin, which does make you feel better. And then it makes you tired. So when you get home and you get into bed, you're too tired to think about all those things. So it is a good distraction, and you feel better physically. So you feel like you can take a lot more punishment. So just everything about it just makes you better. But if a doctor is telling you, like, you're sad, you need to take this pill, it won't make you happy, but it won't make you sad because you won't feel anything. Like, that doesn't treat the issue. In fact, it probably comes with other problems. A lot of these people, they don't treat the actual problems. I don't like this whole idea that, like, fat people are happy. Like, that's not true. Like, you overeat because, like, you're trying to fill a hole in your heart. I'll quote one of DJ's favorite series. Fat Bastard said, "I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat." but that's true. Like,
yeah.
Those, like, and we're talking about obese. We're not talking about someone who's like over 40 and they have kids and they're out of shape. Like, the difference between someone who's fat and someone who's out of shape. If you're not binge eating, it's really hard to like put on all that weight. Like, it's really, really hard. And all these people that are saying, like, you don't know, like, what if they have a condition? Like, why do you think they have a condition? You don't know that they don't have a condition. Why are you making excuses for unhealthy people stifling their progress. Because if you tell someone that, oh yeah, that's not your fault, you have a condition, they're not going to make any changes. But if you say like, yeah, you eat too much and you eat too much bad food, then they might say, oh, maybe it is my fault. And don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for you to go up to overweight people and say, you're too fat, you eat too much, you eat too much bad food. That's not going to work either. But if you have an overweight friend that's like, I don't know what the problem is, and then they just tell you their stuff, and you say, I think it's the amount of food you eat, and it's because you don't get any exercise. That is more likely to help them than if you were to say, no, you have a condition. You have a condition. It's not the diet. You just gain weight, because weight doesn't come out of nowhere. You know, right. Matter is energy is just transferred. You know, it's not created or destroyed. It's always transferred. You don't just gain weight. Calories are.
I don't know where this came from.
It's not.
It's the damnedest thing. I woke up 900 pounds.
Yeah, I fell asleep at 150.
Oh man, I'm never going to bed early again.
Yeah, now I'm half a ton.
You got to watch out. Unless you're sleep eating.
Well, then you're not gaining weight while you're sleeping. You're gaining weight while you're eating. It just happens to be, well, you know, you're in a REM state. Yeah, it's very simple concepts. And Lizzo was the poster for unhealthy, and they took this cretin that had no business being. I'm not calling her a cretin because she's fat. I'm calling her a cretin because she's a rapist, but that had no business being famous, because Lizzo is not talented. Lizzo does not play the flute well. I actually met someone who was a concert flautist, and I said, like, they had no idea about this show. I just said, hey, you play flute. What do you think about Lizzo? Like, is a good flute player? She said, no, she's not. All she does is just move her fingers up and down on the keys really fast, and it sounds like she's playing. She's just going like, and then she's just moving her fingers up and down. Maybe she can play like Three Blind Mice. I don't know, but she doesn't do anything. Yeah, maybe. Isn't that the same song?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, I think Hot Cross Buns is the same notes, but it's simpler. It's just 3 notes.
It's literally 3 notes. You will learn it on the recorder.
Yeah. So maybe she can play Hot Cross Buns.
Oh, look at her go.
Yeah, But this person said, that she had no business playing that crystal flute, and she's not a good flute player. It's just a gimmick, because it's not like Kenny G playing, you know, the saxophone, where it's just like that's his thing that he does. No, Lizzo is like rapping and doing the things that anyone else does. Everyone else
another
does.
Gimmick.
But the real gimmick is that she's fat,
and it's good for you, apparently.
And it is good for you.
The world is cruel.
You can be just as big a whore when you're 500 pounds as if you're 110. So in addition to selling your soul just by sleeping around with a bunch of men that don't respect you, that have no desire to marry you and provide for you and make a family with you, you can also do it while you have gallstones and gout and hypertension and type 2 diabetes. You can have it all. You can have STDs and obesity related illnesses if you live like Lizzo. Exactly. It's not just an episode of Star Trek or the theme song for Hannah Montana.
Okay.
Wasn't that the theme song? It was the best of both worlds. It was also, I also believe it was the Van Halen compilation with Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth, called The Best of Both Worlds. Two of our biggest talking points have come together. It's like serendipity.
It's a perfect storm.
Lizzo and South Park. So South Park made fun of Lizzo, and the way they did it was pretty funny. Is you go on a diet where you just don't give a crap, and doctors prescribe Lizzo. And the funny thing is, Lizzo being offended by it. Lizzo is so ugly. Have we said that before? Have we commented on that?
She's so fat she could break a cannonball with her big belly. If
Lizzo's so fat, her blood type is pudding.
Well, and the thing too, which is so disgusting, is she does like this reaction to the South Park episode. Like she plays like a side by side, and she's like, she's naked in it.
Oh yeah, she looks like she just woke up, but yeah, and the way she's trying to make herself out like she's so special, and like how dare anyone make fun of me? When it's South Park, who don't they make fun of?
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say she looks like the guy or I guess the girl at Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, is like, oh, I've got these fat fingers. Did someone say steak?
Lizzo is so fat when she goes to the beach, the whales start singing "We Are Family." And yeah, so she doesn't have any makeup on, and her hair looks terrible. And this is she's got butter in her hand as she's going to be eating. She's not a butter face because that implies that everything else about her looks good.
A butter person.
I guess she's a butter person because that's her preferred condiment.
Her diet.
Yeah.
We've talked about this too.
Hold on. She doesn't eat butter because she's a vegan, but not for health reasons. So she's eating vegan butter, and so she got that big not being someone that eats butter. So that just shows you that don't cut that stuff out to lose weight, and don't be vegan to lose weight, because then you'll end up fat and ugly like Lizzo. Lizzo is so fat she doesn't get a menu at the restaurant; she gets an estimate. She's so fat when she goes to a buffet, they give her a fork and a forklift.
She really is the reincarnation of Homer when Ralphie says, I heard your dad went to the restaurant and they had to close the restaurant because your dad ate all the food. It's Lizzo.
Lizzo's so fat when she gets on an elevator, it has to go down.
It's funny because it's like you're fat, which means you're afraid of fat people.
I'm afraid. I am. Don't get your hands anywhere near her plate. But we know deep down that Lizzo is really just talented and really hardworking. Yeah. That's why she's so successful.
Yeah. And she's got great messages.
Yeah, well, and she's so fat when she walks past the TV, she misses 3 episodes. She's so fat, her car has stretch marks.
In all fairness, that car needs to be lifted very high above the ground because
poor suspension. She's so fat when she takes a shower, her feet don't get wet. This is a person, and honestly, I wouldn't be so down on her for her big fat ugly face and body if she wasn't promoting not just an unhealthy lifestyle but like a sexual debaucherous lifestyle. When she goes camping, bears hide their food.
Oh my goodness, keep it going. I'm gonna send you something because I don't want to get too off topic, but there's something like in social media I saw this week, and it was like Taylor Swift relationships. If you Wikipedia it has like a name of like 3 people, and then it says 17 more. So I'm like, let's look at Lizzo, and I found she has this boyfriend. No.
Oh, well, is he like Oprah's boyfriend? Like where he's just there to collect money? I mean, look, Lizzo is so fat when she goes to the zoo, elephants throw peanuts at her.
They're look at her next to this guy.
I don't want to, but I'm going to because oh gosh, oh no, Lizzo and boyfriend. Oh gosh. Oh geez, what's his name? Mike Wright, is that him?
Mike Wright, yeah, Mike Myke.
Yeah,
can't even spell his name right.
Oh,
can't spell right.
And then there's this picture of them together, and she's oh my gosh, her face is so bad.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever see that? Oh my gosh! Did you ever see that movie? She looks like that character from that movie. What's the one? Free Willy.
No, here's her wearing a red dress. You could call her
Kool-Aid Man. And when she walks in the room, all the kids say, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah." Yeah, she doesn't use doors. She just crashes through the walls.
When she goes skydiving, the parachute needs a parachute. When she buys a fur coat, the whole species goes extinct. And she's so fat, when she orders a pizza, they deliver it in a truck. Jeez Louise, this guy is totally like Oprah's boyfriend, where he's just here for the money. Like, is he a rapper too?
Mike Wright. How did she meet him?
How did anyone meet her? Oh, because she's so talented that she just happened to know Prince. This guy. I mean, I'm getting like grifter vibes from this guy. They must be both really, really talented. Her in this red dress is so. Oh,
you saw it?
Yeah. When she steps on a scale, it says no livestock, please. But here's the thing: when you promote yourself as basically being hedonism incarnate, you do not get to complain that South Park made fun of you. Like, and she's really acting like, oh my gosh, can you believe they're making fun of me? Oh, this is so horrible. Oh, what did you expect? And it wasn't just that she promoted herself this way, is she made sure everybody in the world knew that that's how she lived her life. Gosh, and this picture of her with her hand on her mouth, her fat hands, her fat face. She is so, she looks like, is she in like a bathtub? She's so ugly. She's so ugly.
Yeah,
and she's fat.
She's got the shoulders. You know, it's the best part of this, because I was trying to look it up. This Mike Wright.
Mike Wright.
He's a comedian.
Oh, well, joke's on him now.
No, yeah, the comedian who doesn't see the joke. Oh,
he's now the punchline. When Lizzo sits in the bathtub, the water in the toilet rises. When she sits on a park bench, it takes 3 men to get her off. And this is what you get when you let an entire media apparatus parade you around. So when you are everywhere, this is the side effect of being a star. It doesn't matter. You know, they brought up, you know, the Jerry, was it Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner?
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Yeah, because you told me about this. Like they made his eyes really far apart. It was really funny. Yeah. I looked the guy up. I didn't think he really looked like they made him look in South Park, but it was funny after you pointed that out to me. But when you're that famous, you run the risk of being lampooned. That's how it is. This is what you get. And when you do something embarrassing, because she's not sending a good message, it'd be different if her songs were about like believing in yourself and being happy. But she's just gross. And she sexually assaults her crew, and she's ugly, and she's very, very fat, and she's very, very ugly. And just all of her outfits are terrible. Here's one I got for you. I'm gonna send you this one, because I have no idea what's going on here. She's got something on her face. I don't like, she looks like, I didn't see the movie Dune, but I saw the pictures of it, and they got this thing on them. That's what it looks like. Like, look at that thing on her face. What's going on there? Is that her leash?
I think she's trying to do something from the 300 movie with Xerxes.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's kind of what I mean. Oh no, I was going to say, wasn't Xerxes really fat? There was a different fat guy.
No, there was. Yeah, and even if you look Lizzo up on her Wikipedia, the picture they use is just like you can't find a good.
It's like some kind of scary demon clown or something.
Like Ursula from The Little Mermaid.
Except fatter and more disgusting.
Yeah, so I didn't mean to put Ursula down like that.
Yeah, please don't. Show Ursula some respect. She has an EP called Coconut Oil, a song called Worship. Rolling Stone placed it number 14 on its list of top 20 best pop albums of 2016. Was there a weight requirement to get on that list? She has a song called Good as Hell. It won the BMI Rap and Hip Hop Award winning song, I guess. Soul Train Music Awards, Video of the Year. She had a medley. She has a song called Truth Hurts. Yeah, it does, you big fat pig.
She's been a vegan since 2020. Oh my God.
When she goes jogging, she leaves potholes.
I did just watch Jurassic Park again, and it sends the reverberation.
She was in a different movie. It was Jurassic Pork.
Look at this. It says Lizzo plays a crystal flute from U.S. President James Madison at the Library of Congress.
I saw it. She like blows into it haphazardly. She's like, "I played a flute, y'all. I got the crystal flute, y'all." It was
Lizzo,
so
you disrespectful.
Can't eat it. She thought there was candy inside. Why was it wrapped in foil? When she gets in a swimming pool, it has high tide. This is what happens. You get famous for being a fat, disgusting pig, and get made fun of for being one. You don't get to be outraged when you try to make yourself the center of the universe and you create your own gravitational pull as a result of that.
Yeah.
Do you know how Ozempic works, by the way?
Ozempic. I just know that part. I think I do know that it was for something else, and I guess people started
diabetes.
Yeah, okay, it was a diabetes medication, which she probably needs.
She probably has diabetes. Pounds. I'm sure. Like when she was like 10.
She's just big boned.
Fat boned. So what Ozempic does is it makes you not want to eat.
Oh, nice.
So all these people, they're going on it. They're losing. Well, I mean, I don't know if
you can't make it worse if you can't eat sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, she does need. She could survive a few years without eating. I mean,
eat what
it's like a month. But...
Activity to a minimum. Patients report constipation.
And she has fat shamed people.
She fat shamed her crew. No, this is what I think, because she didn't she say that she was leaving the music industry?
Apparently she retired, but she's
this is what I think happened. Oh my gosh. I'm watching this video and I'm not sure, is that Lizzo or is that the Goodyear blimp? But I think she went into retirement because she had all these scandals against her. And then she was just trying to retreat from all these scandals where she was like sexually assaulting people and she was fat shaming them. She was harassing people. She was bullying them. She was intimidating them. She was just being terrible. She was just being terrible. And also, I mean, it just speaks volumes of her getting offended and like, oh no. She says, I'm really that bitch and I'll show y'all how to not give an F, and I'm going to keep on showing you how to not give an F. Yeah, we know that you don't give an F. It's clear by the size of your gut. Your big fat ass shows that you do not give an F.
And please put some clothing on. Like it's bad enough seeing her just exist, but the fact that she's literally... Like, I mean, if she put the camera down a little more, I'm sure you would see.
Well, you wouldn't see her feet. I'll tell you that. Oh.
Yeah, like she's been accused of sexual, religious, and racial harassment, disability discrimination, assault, false imprisonment, creating a hostile work environment, and weight shaming. I'm gonna retire.
I'm very convinced that was all just her saying, I got to retreat. So all this heat's on me. So I'm retiring.
Jig is up.
Yeah, and just I think it was just her just trying to run away from it because she made herself the center of attention, even though she's too stupid to actually lay low. So she's probably still doing these TikTok streams. This stuff, it's probably not going to go away. I think they just, or the record label told her to quote unquote retire, because you can always come out of retirement. It's nothing. It's not like bankruptcy where you declare it and then it's just there. You can just, I retire. You know what? I'm going to get a job. She needs.
Well, someone like Lizzo who has no talent is going to be controlled. It's not going to be up to her.
Hey, she's successful because she's talented and she works hard.
Oh, yeah, talent finds a way.
Exactly. Come on.
Just like a Jurassic Park, life finds a way, or nature finds a way. She belongs in nature.
She has the same diet as the creatures in Jurassic Park.
That is true.
They lower a goat down into her pen every day.
Where did the goat go?
Lizzo. They're gonna eat the goat. You asked if you could make Big Fat Lizzo a pop star, but no one ever asked if you should make Lizzo Big Fat Pop Star. That's the only thing I remember about that movie. I watched that movie a bunch when I was a kid, but the only thing I remember is you could, but you never asked you should. It's the only thing I remember from that movie. And I remember do 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 do. I remember that one. It's more memorable than
that was good.
That's every quote unquote hardcore riff. But yeah, I think that's all I really got on this. I think we kept it nice and tight, like the pants that Lizzo wears.
Yeah, in my favorite expression, twit like a tiger.
Everything is they have to scour for enough material to fit her. Yeah, Liz, I can't believe that people can say to someone that just work and talent is what's going to get you ahead when Lizzo is there. See, and this is the thing that these people are liars. They're lying. Now, you used to have bands in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and we've talked about Groove is in the Heart by D-Light. Remember that song?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Can you name another song by that band?
No.
I'll do another one. Okay, What Is Love by Hathaway?
I can't tell you another song.
Yeah, exactly. They used to have this. Now, here's the thing. Can you name one Lizzo song?
I think she had a song in Barbie. No.
Yeah, because I named two earlier. I've already forgotten them. But the point is, we can't name them, but this is what I'm getting at, is she has multiple singles, and she's sold, or I guess not. Oh, okay. Can you look up her plays on Spotify?
Yeah,
see what Lizzo's doing.
I think it's like over 30 million.
It's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot.
Or okay, monthly listeners 13.3 million, but she has a song About Damn Time, 843 million plays.
Is that song about her dinner finally being put in front of her at the restaurant?
Yeah, it doesn't look like a good time, and good as hell. 624 million plays. Oh, 988 million plays for Truth Hurt.
Right. It sure does, Lizzo, you big fat cow, you big fat sow, oink oink, suey. So it's not like she was a one-hit wonder, and you can say all you want. These are seasons. This will go away. Yeah, well, she had some pretty big success in a really short period of time. Same with Bad Bunny. and Iggy Azalea and Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. All these people, they weren't one-hit wonders. They cranked the exposure up to 10. Cardi B interviewed Joe Biden, the president of the United States. Granted, I think it was while he was on the campaign trail before he was president, but still, he was probably projected to win at that point. This isn't seasons, and you can say like, well, people don't talk about those other things, and people are still talking about metal. Yeah, because there's something organic about metal. There's something appealing about it, but it doesn't change the fact that metal gets buried by Lizzo. It gets buried by these big fat creatures, these sex pests, these degenerates, these rappers that kill each other. They shoot people. They sell drugs. Was it Fetty Wap?
Yeah, the one-eyed monster.
It was at the baseball stadium or something. Yeah, you cannot tell me that it's talent and hard work. These people are not talented, and somehow they have a string of hits, because you don't get to say something like, hey, I could tell you the secrets for how to get in here. Well, you need to learn from Lizzo. Lizzo is way more successful than you'll ever be. Think about that. Yeah, think how talented you think you are. Do you think you're more or less talented than Lizzo? Because if you're listening, the odds are Lizzo is far more successful than you. And Lizzo didn't have one song that was huge, and then the world moved on because we all got tired of the novelty. Seems like she had a string of songs that were hugely popular on Spotify. Lizzo is not hardworking and talented. Lizzo is a fat token that's used to sell obesity and overt sexuality to teenage girls. There's nothing talented about that. You could do that with any fat person. She's not a good singer. Oh, she's really good at the flute. No, she's not. I knew an actual concert flautist that said, yeah, I've actually heard her play the flute. She cannot play. What she does is she just blows into it and moves her fingers up and down. Like, it would be like if someone was just hitting a lot of notes on the guitar, and then you didn't know anything about guitar. Like, wow, that sounds pretty fast, because you can't tell the difference between eruption and nonsense. And that's essentially what Lizzo does. So if you don't know what good fluting is, then how would you know that she's not good at it? Because she's not playing scales. She's just going, that's really what she's doing. Maybe she can play hot cross buns. Maybe. I don't know.
Fat fingers would cover too many of the holes.
That probably restricts her playing. You probably need to have, nice, petite, slim fingers so you can hit it's not really holes. It's the flute is kind of, it's too complicated for, big fat people. So it probably does stifle her ability to play, but she doesn't need to play because she's not talented. She doesn't need to sing. She doesn't need to dance. All she does is spin her big fat butt around. She really does look like in Madagascar when the hippos shake their butt in those movies. That's Lizzo. She her fat just kind of bounces up and down, and just gravity does its work, and she just fights against it. She doesn't have any talent, and she has more plays and more money and more fame and recognition than you will ever have. It's not about talent. What you need to do, if you want to be famous and you're a guy that's like, I work hard, I'm talented, I'm willing to put in the extra hours, willing to get dirty. And if you want to do that without compromising your vision, you need to remove what is currently in power. And I don't mean violently, but Lizzo is standing in the way of talented musicians. It's how it works. If you deny that, you're just lying, or you're too stupid to help anyway. Either way, it doesn't matter. You are in the way, and you need to get out of the way, unless your point is to just take money from people that want hope. Not that I'm speaking to anyone in particular, of course. This is just in general. But it also has set the stage that now anyone, regardless of talent, can be an artist. So now it's just it's taken the mask off and shown you don't need to be talented. It could be you.
Could be me.
Yeah. All you need is a bunch of effects and, $250,000 per song and 30 producers, and you could be Lizzo. Like, you look like a piece of trash. I bet you could sing a bad song for us. Like, in no sane world is Lizzo one of the top musicians. currently, like this is a sign that something is very wrong here.
I mean, if you're a Bible reader, it might be a sign of the apocalypse.
I think so. I mean, definitely the power of Satan is what propels most of these rejects.
That's something bad, something very, very bad. Like if you go out and eat too much fair food, you know what I mean? You
turn into Lizzo.
You turn into Lizzo, and something from deep within will haunt you for a long, long time.
Yeah, most people, it would just be type 2 diabetes, but with Lizzo, it's a platinum record.
Yeah.
But it also
she's
says,
vegan.
And she's vegan. Well, yeah, you can deep fry tofu. Are Oreos vegan? I would assume most candy is vegan. Like you could probably not like gummy bears because you can't do like the gelatin. You can't do like
a lot of the candies have like milk.
Well, you can't do milk chocolate or white chocolate, but you can do like
they're all fake.
That's what I was getting at. Like Oreo, it's not like real cream. It's like sugar and like shortening. Like that's probably good. You could deep fry a donut.
Oh yeah,
that's vegan. Just can't do like a milk chocolate bar. Yeah, you could go deep fried glazed donut.
You think the vegan people or whatever would get like mad at her? Like, hey, don't tell them that you're vegan. This looks bad on us. But
are you kidding me? That's their champion. Lizzo is to vegans what Tom Cruise is to Scientology.
See, we're normal.
Yeah, exactly. No, like you look at Lizzo, that's your reason to not be vegan, everyone, okay?
Agreed.
It's not the healthier diet.
No.
Oh, no, it is.
But speaking of the fair, I went to the fair last weekend and I've been feeling a little crazy this week. Is that why? Too much fair food.
Yeah, they've started putting meth in the corn dogs, so be careful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I know that the fairs are notorious for the deep fried food. Now, we all know about like the deep fried Oreo and the Twinkie and whatever. I mean, a corn dog is basically a deep fried hot dog.
I saw the donut burger.
Yeah. Now, this is one thing I heard. Did you see this deep fried stick of butter? I've heard that's a thing that exists.
Ow!
I've heard it too. I haven't physically seen it though.
Nobody should eat a stick of butter.
It's an empty shell when you get it.
I'm pretty sure I ate a stick of butter when I was like 7, and my mom beat the crap out of me.
Just trying to save you from a heart attack.
Probably, which I had later on. Probably from that stick of butter.
That damn butter haunts you.
Butter. I mean, butter's good on my steak, so why wouldn't a whole stick of it be good on its own?
It tastes good.
It looks good. I can't see, and I've tried to do that, like. If I'm making something and like scrape butter off it, just like lick a piece of the knife. And it's like, man, it is so much better on anything other than by itself. I don't recommend the butter diet. You told me this is groundbreaking.
Definitely, ground was broken. That is for sure.
Well, when Lizzo takes a step,
it attracted a pack of Lizzos into my room.
Don't feel bad for Lizzo. Lizzo is a sex pest.
Nothing. You cannot feel bad for Lizzo.
No, in fact, you can't feel bad, you cannot despise Lizzo enough. Because Lizzo is not only terrible musician, she's like genuinely terrible at the flute, but it's emblematic of everything that is modern music. An untalented, ugly, overweight vegan who has 30 producers per song prop her up. I mean, you probably need 30 people to prop her up. And people will talk about this being good music like it's normal, but it's going back to the faucet thing is, people are thirsty, so they turn on the Lizzo faucet and they think they're getting something to drink, but there's other music out there that people actually care about, and people have ideas and they learn to play instruments and they say, I want to make my own stuff. And they don't have a committee behind them saying like, ooh, will this satisfy the radio? Even though it's not really the radio, Spotify is basically the new radio, but Will it satisfy the Spotify crowd enough? No. Okay, back to the drawing board. And by the way, I stand by this. I'm fairly certain almost all of those modern artists, no one writes those songs. It's just all done AI. Maybe they have some people write the lyrics, but the lyrics are so bad. I feel like AI would probably write better lyrics. There's no more standards anymore, because the thing is, and this is why I always say that it's not about money, because if you just control the market, so you can make the crappiest music, and if you control what is pushed on Spotify and YouTube, and even for the few people that still listen to FM radio, then you create the audience. But they know that Lizzo and Cardi B and Chris Brown is out there. Well, that's what they're going to be looking for. No, they do that on purpose because they controlled the algorithm is fake. It came out in 2018 because it was all about the algorithm. Like, you're listening to this, so the next up is what other people that listen to that kind of pick. And then now it's all what they want you to listen to. So if they curate what you listen to, they don't have to work hard, because now you're locked into what they put out. So now they just make the money by default.
Yeah, I think so. What we need to do is we need to get Lizzo to tattoo the dude on her ass cheeks in living color, and then we're going to make it. We're going to make it so hard, it's not even funny.
I mean, that's bigger than a billboard.
It is.
I mean, you see that
charge double for advertising.
You see that for you don't want to pay by the square foot. I don't know how much money you have.
Not that much, I'm sure. I'm not sure I can afford that much ink.
No, I don't know if the world has that much ink. You'd be able to see that from space. The amount of fat jokes we make about
Lizzo, specifically Lizzo.
It's not enough, honestly.
It's not enough.
No,
there's a good amount. I think we're closing in on an hour of just straight Lizzo jokes.
I feel like certainly I've talked about. If nothing else, we've covered Lizzo.
Well, I don't know if there's enough fabric to actually.
The atmosphere does not cover Lizzo. Fair enough.
Gosh, but yeah, that's what's popular. That's what gets in movie soundtracks, is this type of, like, I think she was in the Barbie soundtrack. I don't know if you guys saw that movie.
Oh, that's spectacular. Spectacular.
Made $1 billion at the box office. How could that be wrong?
Oh, no. It's popular. It's good.
It's what the kids want.
It is that is very odd. And the point is, you can't be the megastar. You have to be approved to be the megastar. You can have success with music. There's plenty of independent artists. Now, you may not be selling out Tokyo Dome, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, hey, it's okay that you're not the megastar, because do you want Lizzo to be on tour with you? Like, what, either the supporting act or the headliner? Do you want to be around? Like, do you want to be on a festival with Chris Brown, where Chris Brown might compulsively choke you? Do you want to be around these people? I think that's a good thing. Like, yeah, you won't have the billions of dollars, but none of these people seem to live very good lives. They just have money.
And what do you have to do to make that much money?
Well,
let alone just being around those people. I mean, Lizzo's going to eat the full spread before and after the show.
If she wasn't talented, she wouldn't be at the top. Otherwise, LaToya Jackson would be talented. Otherwise, a person that no one's ever heard of would be talented. Yeah, you think that they didn't try with LaToya Jackson? You didn't. You think
have like 5 albums?
She had 5 albums, and not just LaToya Jackson, but also there's a bunch of people that didn't stick. Like, you think that they didn't try with my favorite artist of all time? You think they didn't try? No, they absolutely tried with Betty Who. They absolutely tried with everyone. And they're trying with JoJo Siwa. It's not working the way that they want it to. And for every artist that succeeds, 100 flopped. And then and instead of just trying again, they just throw them out. Yeah, try and make it on the indie scene. Be a crappy artist without this multi-billion-dollar industry propping you up. Go ahead and try it, idiot. You won't make it. And that's how it works. Is eventually they get a Cardi B. And you know what? It worked with Lizzo, but they had to put Lizzo away because Lizzo. They had a cow, yes. You know what? That reminds me. Lizzo's name should have been Cash Cow. That would have been that would have been a good name for her.
No, she could advertise. Obviously, if Chick-fil-A had a different message than Lizzo, they could have had her dress up as a cow and promote them. But obviously, they seem to have like a soul to an extent for a big company.
I think that she should rebrand herself as Cash Cow.
Cash Cow.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty good.
Or wear the cow suit. I mean, actually, she could just paint herself the color.
That's what I think. She would wear like a skin tight, like a cow themed leotard. That's what she would wear.
We can't keep making Lizzo jokes. I've been working on putting together a best of Lizzo jokes. Short.
Well, write that timestamp down for Lizzo. Right. Cash Cow, Lizzo. But the greater point is that there are a bunch of people that do fail before they succeed. That's how it works. If you actually believe that only talented people exist, like, if that were true, then LaToya Jackson when he found it. Well, when they tried with LaToya Jackson, and then they tried with, Cardi B worked because Cardi A failed, and they had Cardi C all the way through Cardi Z. That's how it works. You stupid idiot. They know what they're doing, and they know how to manipulate the audiences. When you mention supergroup to Lizzo, she chooses soup every time.
Yeah, she certainly does. Like extra toppings as well.
Oh, that's extra sprinkles on my soup, please.
Yeah, she doesn't use crackers in her soup. She uses Oreos.
I say gummy bears, but Oreos.
Double stuffed, of course.
Oh, well, yeah, that's how you Oreo. I'm going to be just like Lizzo.
You just have to gain a few 100 pounds.
I got to start somewhere, okay? I can believe. Don't take my dreams away from me.
Yeah. No, I believe in you. Yeah.
Thank you. It's really hard to gain 500 pounds, though.
I was thinking that, too. It's funny, too. I saw her take a picture of her at the gym. So somehow she's.
Well, I guess did they have a really, really wide angle lens?
Yeah, it was a selfie, so she had to put like 4 selfies.
So she was right.
It was on an iPad.
She had to glue four iPads together.
Yeah, and that's just for each leg.
Exactly.
I don't know how we got category 7 and Lizzo involved. Because,
I figured. What happened was she took a step. It was my fault. and then each step she takes measures on the Richter scale.
Oh, that's true.
And every time she walks upstairs, the breaths she takes are so heavy that it causes a hurricane.
Yes, and if she goes to the beach, she messes the only with the tides. That too. Yeah. She's
so selfish.
A human umbrella. That was pretty good.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say she restructures the alignment of the planet, but yeah.
Well, she has her own gravitational pull.
She does. So yeah, go check out.
So whenever anyone says that Lizzo's attractive, they just mean like how things enter our atmosphere.
Yeah, she's if she's has any metal on her, she's gonna attract some lightning as well.
Well, that's why she doesn't ever wear any metal.
Okay, there's no metal.
Doctor's orders.
She can't even listen to it.
No, she can't.
Of course.
That's why she had to play the crystal flute.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
She had to desecrate it.
She did. They still haven't been able to find that flute after she used it, so we don't know what happened.
It's stuck in one of her folds. It'll fall out one day.
It will, or possibly disintegrate. Like
God willing,
entering the atmosphere.
Well, yeah, that too. I don't know how durable is crystal.
I don't think it's very durable. Isn't it more like glass?
I don't know. I know it's some kind of mineral, but I seriously don't know. I mean, because
I doubt it.
Well, I was going to say her fingers are clearly covered in some kind of grease that I don't know how long it'll last with all that stuff on it.
Yeah, maybe it gives her a softer touch with all the butter and grease on her hands and the lard.
Now I did, especially the lard. Now I did hear one thing. We can say joking aside, but the jokes will never stop. That I heard Lizzo was so affected by that South Park episode that she did start attempting to lose weight.
I mean, I saw the picture of her, and I like I've noted on the show, would say involved, but I've joined some groups online where I get the other side, so to speak, of the musical content. Lizzo? Yeah. That's
the other side of Lizzo is like the dark side of the moon.
No, you don't want to go where I've been. It's not a good place. But I'm willing to do it. The cellulite in Lizzo's ass is deeper than the Grand Canyon. Yeah, she may have taken a picture at the gym, but it's gonna take some more work to make any dent in that. Even though when you're that weight, like just like walking for like 2 minminutes,
carrying your big fat ass is a feat.
She sweats while eating. She
eats for a really long time. So
hey, it's a marathon, okay? It's not a sprint.
It's not a sprint.
She's not sprinting.
No. The Boston Marathon is a buffet that they named after her.
Yeah, it's not the Boston Market, but it's the
No, Boston Market didn't have enough food for her.
Nope. That is one of your favorite Simpsons lines with Ralphie.
I did like that one. They went to the restaurant and they ate all the food in the restaurant, and then they had to close the restaurant. It's so funny. Fat jokes are funny.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's it's kind of like The Hangover when Alan falls out of the car. It's funny because he's fat.
It is funny because he's fat. It's true. Yeah. But anyway, let's enough of that fat pig.
The belt's got a story, it's begging to scream. Lot of belly under this old shirt seam. Burger in one hand, donut in the other. Can't see my toes, man, what a bummer. Tried to fit in, but the chair done snapped. Accidentally squashed a cat in my lap. Friends call me up, say join the race, but running just means heading for more cake. So big belly blues always got the munchies. I'm a food lover, and boy, it's crunchy. Pizza for breakfast, cake by noon. Might nibble on the moon if you bring a spoon. Washed my jeans in a Boilermaker bath, stretching denim with my chunky math. Doctor said, son, you gotta lose some weight, but then he offered cookies, great first date. Jogged to the fridge, lettuce dared to hide. Those leafy greens met their veggie pride. Can't resist the sweets, not built to lose. Got the sugar shivers, I've paid my dues. When I roll to sleep, I rock the bed. Dreams of bacon dances in my head. Woke up chewing, lost my pillowcase. Now I'm devouring dreams, what a tasty place. always got the munchies. I'm a food lover, and boy, it's crunchy. Pizza for breakfast, cake by noon. Might nibble on the moon if you bring a spoon. Washed my jeans in a Boilermaker bath, stretching denim with my chunky math. Doctor said, son, you gotta lose some weight, but then he offered cookies, great first date. Jogged to the fridge, lettuce dared to hide. Those leafy greens met their veggie pride. Can't resist the sweets, not built to lose. Got the sugar shivers, I've paid my dues. When I roll to sleep, I rock the bed. Dreams of bacon dances in my head. Woke up chewing, lost my